Hello, sports fan, and welcome to the Packs for Breakfast All-Star Baseball Team. Not the Fool's Gold Rush from yesterday, but the All-Star Team. This is the All-Star Team. Here they are, sitting in front of you. Look at them. And I know what you're thinking. There's one guy up there that really maybe shouldn't be, but he's there anyway because I need a DH. And that's the fan vote. And we're gonna end with the fan vote because we're gonna go over the ones that are really, really good. Eric Young was a good player. He was a fan favorite here in Denver too, but he's not quite one of the greatest all-time players. But this is our starter, our starting catcher, and our reliever, one of the classic relievers of all time, Goose Gossage. We've talked about him before. He had 124 wins with 107 losses, 3.01 career ERA with 1,502 strikeouts, 310 saves, less than John Franco yesterday. Now, the only reason John Franco didn't make this, and John Franco technically probably should, was that he was on the Fool's Gold team that I wanted to do that video because he had one of the gold cards. But John Franco, normally John would have been on here. But we talked about John yesterday. So if you want to watch the video yesterday, you can do that. If you want to watch us pull for these cards, we do that every single Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And we open up a bunch of packs of cards, and that's how we come up with our all-star teams. And sometimes guys like Eric Young get in because it's a fan vote and it's our show and we decide that. So let's finish talking about the Goose, one of the pioneers in saves. His most saves in a season was 33 in 1980. He played for a lot of different teams. The funny part was he did end up in the Hall of Fame. He went to a World Series with the Yankees, but his Hall of Fame was in 2008, his 9th ballot at 85%. That always makes me wonder. It's like, I think you have to get to 75% to get voted into the Hall. So why does it take 9 ballots, and then once it's 9th ballot, then all of a sudden it's 85%? Like, where did 11% come from in year 9? He was a Hall of Famer regardless. I don't know why it took so long to put him in there. In 1976, he actually started some games. He started 29 games and he went 9-17 with a 3.94 ERA. So obviously his stuff was really good for one inning. So that's how he gets to be one of the best saves guys, one of the pioneers of the saves. He played for 22 seasons and he had a 41.6 career WAR. So he was a very good closer for a lot of years. But it's like, people watched yesterday, they go, well, why wasn't John Franco there? Because he had the ridiculous gold card. That's why he wasn't here. So next we'll talk about Javi Lopez. Now, Javi Lopez, here's the fun part. When you call him Javier Lopez, when you're looking him up, if you call him Javier Lopez, because his name's Javi, but you call him Javier, you end up with a Rockies pitcher who was terrible. And it just confuses you because you go, where's my catcher? Well, there's my catcher. He's Javi Lopez, not Javier. It's like, most people, I think Javi is short for Javier, but he goes by Javi. He had a 287 career batting average, 260 career home runs, 864 career RBIs. He had a whopping 8 stolen bases in his career. He was caught 19 times in 15 seasons. So he attempted basically 27 stolen bases in his life, and he was caught most of them. He did have 1,527 career hits. So it's like if he was caught 19 times, he had 8 successful stolen bases. That means we should find out what's the percentage of people that he threw out? Well, 30 to 33% for me is kind of the benchmark. That's kind of where you need to be a great defensive catcher or a really good one. He only threw out 27.9%. Under the 30%. I'm sorry, Javi. That means you weren't one of the best defensive catchers. It's why he never won a Gold Glove. He played in Atlanta from 92 to 03. He played in Baltimore 04 to 06, and he played with the Red Sox a little bit in 06. He was a 3-time All-Star, and he was a World Series champion in 1995. The thing is, we say this a lot. World Series champion in 95 with a lot of these players, because that Braves team was just that good. They should have won way more World Series than just one. They really should have. His career WAR is 29.7. His best season was really good as a catcher. It was in 2003, his final year with the Braves. 43 home runs, 109 RBIs, batted .328. The weird part is you would see a year like that and say, well, why wouldn't you sign him sign him because obviously he's having a great year. Well, it could be that he was in a contract year and he kind of put it all out there on the line. And the Braves, they were not fooled. And they just said, you can go to Baltimore. You don't have much time left, so we'll let you go. So now we'll talk about Mr. Smoltzy. Smoltzy, this is the overshadowed guy in that rotation of Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. This is the overshadowed guy, and he shouldn't be. 213 wins with 155 losses, 3.33 ERA, 3,084 career strikeouts. He also had 154 saves. He could have had more wins in his career, but he spent 4 years as a closer, 3.5. He played with Atlanta from 88 to 99. And then he missed the entire 2000 season, played 01 to 08 with the Braves, had a very long career with the Braves. Played with the Red Sox and the Cardinals for 1 year in 09. He went between those two teams. He was an 8-time All-Star. He was a World Series champ once again, 1995, and he was a Cy Young Award winner in 1996. Which 96 was obviously his best pitching season. He was 24-8 that year, so he won a ton of games. So in 96 he was 24-8, but to show you just how great of a pitcher he was and how versatile he was, in 2002 he had 55 saves. In 2003 he had 45 saves. In 2004 he had 44 saves. He had 144 saves in 3 seasons. It's amazing that this guy was a great starter and he was a great closer. He had 53 complete games in his career. He had 10 times where he pitched over 200 innings. So he was a very durable pitcher as well. He was a 2-time wins leader in the NL. He was a 2-time strikeout leader in the NL. And he even was a 1-time saves leader in 02, which of course was the 55 saves. So John Smoltz should take a backseat to nobody. But unfortunately, when you're in the rotation with Glavine and Maddox, you're number 3, even though you're as great as you are, because this is also a Hall of Fame pitcher. 2015 first ballot with 89.2% of the vote. Think about it. Glavine, Smoltz, Maddox, all of them Hall of Famers, all of them first ballot. What an amazing rotation. That's why I say that 95 team, and a lot of other people say this too, it just should have won more championships. They should have had at least 3 in that era, but the Yankees were also very good. But I still think that Braves team should have been able to take them out at least 1 or 2 other times. Now we come to EY. The whole reason you guys have stuck around in this video, you've stuck around just to hear about EY. Don't worry, I've got statistics on Eric Young. Eric Young played 15 years. He played, oh my God, he played for so many teams. He played for the Dodgers in 92, the Rockies 93 to 97, his best years. Played with the Dodgers from 97 to 99. He played with the Cubs from 2000 to 2001, the Brewers 2002 to 2003. Then he played a little bit in San Francisco at the end of 2003. Then he went to Texas in 04. Padres 05 to 06, and then finished his career with the Texas Rangers in 06. he played for so many teams. I didn't even realize he bounced around the league that much, because in my mind, every time I see Eric Young Sr., he's a Rocky. He was the first Rocky to hit a home run in our ballpark at home. And he did it in his very first at bat. So that would have been Mile High Stadium back in '93. And it was an amazing, because, we're all watching, we're all Rockies fans at that time, it's like, and to see him hit that home run, it electrified everybody. We even won that game. I think we won 11-4, so it was nice that we at least won that game. Eric Young has a career WAR of 18.8, career batting average of .283 with 79 home runs. Not a thumper by any means. 543 career RBIs. And I'm going to give you a lot more stats here. I'm going to hit you with, he had 102 doubles in his career. Oh no, he had 102 doubles for us. I'm going to go into his career with the Rockies. With the Rockies, he had a .295 batting average, 30 home runs, so almost half of his home runs, 227 of his RBIs. He also had 28 triples for us and 102 doubles. Now, the thing about EY was he was fast. He had 465 career stolen bases. He was the stolen base leader. He is still the Rockies' stolen base leader to this day. He still has our most stolen bases with 180. Second place on our stolen base all time was a guy that played for 14 years, Charlie Blackmon, with 148. He's still 32 behind Eric Young, who only played for us for 5 years. The Rockies just do not steal bases. Now, Brenton Doyle steals bases pretty well now, so I'm hoping that maybe, we keep him for a while, and maybe he can eventually catch him, because I'm really a Brenton Doyle fan. So I'd like to see maybe somebody finally break that ancient record that, he set it way back in 1997, and no Rocky has ever been able to break it. He was an all-star in 1996. He was also the stolen base leader in 1996. Eric Young, I don't want him to be forgotten. He was a huge fan favorite of Rockies fans. We loved EY. I'm glad that we pulled his card. I'm glad that I got to tell you about him here today. And that's All-Star for now.